How's it going, guys? Cameron here, Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. A little bit of a beer bash. The dumbass that I am, I cracked this open before I hit record. Oh well. We've got here Molson Dry, 5.5%. Oh yeah. It's on sale. I get paid $2.65 for this bad boy. So, we got a couple things to talk about. Not really, just shoot the shit here. A little bit of a Canadian beer bash, if you will. That's what we'll title this video. First thing, as you can see here, I picked up LA Noire Remastered for the Xbox One / Series console. Here it is, with the ugly ass box art. And yep, here it is. So obviously, I've got the original here for the 360, and this one has the much nicer box art. And not only that, it has a full page manual. I don't know if it's colored or not. I'll take a look while I have you guys. Yeah, it is colored. And it's obviously DVD, right? So it's 3 discs, and the DLC is not on the disc. So obviously, it was a no-brainer to pick up the remastered version of this game, but the jury's out whether or not I'll toss the case and maybe just take the disc out and put it in here. I don't know yet. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. But I've been meaning to go back and play LA Noire, and I'd like to play it on the Xbox Series X and play it again. So that was a pickup. I went into GameStop today, and I probably paid a little bit more than I could have or should have. I paid $24 for it. So after taxes, about $28. Probably could have got it for cheaper, maybe even on eBay, but not really a big deal. Not the end of the world. What else have I been playing? If you've been checking out my community tab, I popped on Doom 3 on the original Xbox last night. So if you're not aware, Doom 3 is like right up there as my favorite game of all time. It's right up there with Starfield. I love Starfield. And I never played Doom 3 on the OG Xbox, even though I have it. I originally played the BFG edition on the Xbox 360. And to go back and play it on the original Xbox, I gotta say, it's a pretty impressive port. Again, running on the original Xbox. As powerful as the original Xbox was at the time, one could argue that it had no business running Doom 3. Doom 3 was a technical tour de force when it came out, and even the most powerful PCs of the day would have a hard time running that game full spec, if I'm not mistaken. So when you play it on the original Xbox, you lose some of the special effects as far as the lighting is concerned. It's got its own sort of proprietary, kind of like a baked lighting in the game. But it's really cool because, again, for those of you who've played the game, this is not news to you, but the BFG edition, what either Bethesda or id Software did, I don't know which one, they modified Doom 3 so that your flashlight is basically latched onto your gun. So you could turn the flashlight on at any time while you've got your gun in your hand. Whereas on Doom 3 on the original Xbox, and I believe the original release on PC, if you wanted to use your flashlight, you had to put your gun away. Well, the game is extremely dark, especially on the original Xbox. I think it's darker than it was on the BFG edition. You can't see shit. So when it's really, really dark, you have to put your gun away and pull out your flashlight. And then the enemy pops out from out of nowhere, then you have to put your flashlight away and pull your gun out. Well, you pull your gun out, then it's pitch dark. You could barely see anything. It's a lot scarier and more immersive on the original Xbox. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't get too far into it. But yeah, no, I really, really, really like that version of Doom 3 on the original Xbox. And the intro is so much better than what we got on the BFG edition. And what I mean by intro, like the title screen, right? So I don't want to talk too much about that. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to shoot the shit. A little bit bummed out today. A good buddy of mine, well, I like to say he's a good buddy, who shall remain nameless here. He had to take his YouTube channel down today because he was being harassed And it's really unfortunate because this is a channel that has never, veered off the beaten path of just showing, here are my pickups, and, here's my pickups for the month of February or March. And you had a really good channel going, and no drama whatsoever, not drama related. And somehow somebody latched onto his channel. I don't really know the specifics, but it was enough for this guy to take his channel down, or at least privatize his videos. So I do respect that. I would never try to persuade somebody to, continue on with YouTube if it's bothering them that much. As someone who's been down that road before, it's never a fun road to go down. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. Hopefully, in a couple of months or maybe a year from now, he'll be able to put his videos back up and continue on with his channel. But when you've got a YouTube channel, it's not all what's the word there? Sunshine and roses and lollipops. Sometimes you deal with a lot of bullshit behind the scenes. Anyone who has a YouTube channel, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking of other YouTubers, Retro Rob continues to pump out amazing content. If you guys haven't checked out Retro Rob's channel, that's got to be of more, I guess, within the last 6 to 12 months. That's got to be the most recent, the best channel I've subscribed to in the last year, Retro Rob, and I only just subscribed to him recently. And then I found another channel, is the Sega guys. They did an interview with John Linneman a couple of months ago. These guys are based out of the UK, I believe, and they just focus on Sega content, and it's very similar to maybe Sega Lord X as an example. So I've really been enjoying content from that channel as well. And as a matter of fact, they put out a video recently talking about a new hack that came out for Outrun for the Sega Genesis, where the color has been touched up, and the car and everything, and the skybox and everything looks, dare I say, more arcade correct, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely a good channel to check out. Other than that, I haven't really been up to much as the nice weather is here. I haven't been outside as much as I'd want to be, but I was outside today a little bit because I had the day off, and I was starting to put out some spring, summer furniture, and as I do that, watch it snow tomorrow. But there's other stuff that I've been doing, maintenance related around the property. I'm not going to get into specifics here, excuse me. But sometimes that rears its ugly head, and it's hard to find the time to game when you're dealing with other stuff, other distractions, right? But yeah, when I was at GameStop today, I took a look at the Switch games, and there was a few that were on sale. Blasphemous 2 was on sale. It was $39.99, a regular $49.99, but I did not pull the trigger on that. So I didn't pick up any Switch games today. Metroid Dread is still $79.99, of course. But yeah, that's the only game I picked up was L.A. Noire. There was a really cool collector's edition, I guess. I'm pretty sure it was Dead Island 2, and you could get it they had it for the PS4, and they had a copy for the PS5, and it looked. Well, I don't know. I didn't see what was inside of it, but I think I've seen it online before. But the box looked really cool. It was like a nice, almost like a lenticular, like a black silvery box, and it had 2 palm trees on it. It looked really cool. And the new Xbox controller that's been sort of hard to find. They had a couple of them there as well. The what is it called? The Smoke Vapor Trail. I can't remember what it's called. The Purple Vapor. I don't know, really cool looking controller. They had a couple there, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should pick it up. But cooler heads prevailed, and I didn't. So you gotta just pull back, right? You gotta pull back. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine yesterday, Megadan29. We were talking about the new Contra game that just recently which was recently released. What is it called? Operation Galuga. It's sort of like a soft remake of the original Contra for the NES. So I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't play Contra. Not really into that. Well, I've never really given it a chance, to be honest with you. I watched the IGN review, or at least some of it. IGN gave the game a 6 out of 10. GameSpot gave the game a 6 out of 10. I think it's got a Metacritic score of 69 out of 100. So the game is getting mixed to positive reviews out there. But we were just talking about how you can't really, again, if you're an old school gamer and you're into retro like myself, 41 years old, you seriously going to take some punk kid seriously who's like 20 years old, wasn't even born when the original Contra game came out. He works for IGN. He probably doesn't even like Contra, and he's doing a review because he has to. You really going to take that guy's review seriously? Now, I was talking to Dan, and I said to him, I don't know if the new Contra game is any good. I haven't played it. But I just said to him, the look of it. And when I say the look, I'm talking about the graphics, the aesthetics. It just, not a Flash game, but it doesn't look retro in the truest sense, right? It doesn't look like, well, let's not go too retro here. Let's not say Contra NES, but like Contra Hard. I know you guys call it Hardcore. I call it Hard Corpse for the Sega Genesis. But the new Contra Operation Galuga's kind of got that sort of modern indie sheen to it, kind of like Shredder's Revenge or Streets of Rage 4. And I was just saying to him, maybe if the studio would have went for more of a retro aesthetic, they didn't have to go for an 8-bit aesthetic, but they could have made it look more authentic as far as being a 16-bit throwback, as an example. Maybe that would have sort of stoked the fires a little bit more as far as nostalgia is concerned. But when you have these games that go for that sort of modern aesthetic, at least for me, it's all a matter of personal taste. But for me, when I see a game like Streets of Rage 4, which I'm sure it's a good game, but the graphics stick my fucking finger down my throat. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Same with Shredder's Revenge. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. For fuck's sakes. So that's it. I don't have much to say on the game, right? I haven't played it, but Dan was saying it's like pretty much a 9 out of 10 experience. And I would take his word over IGN. But it's crazy to think even in today's day and age, there's still a lot of people that gravitate towards IGN and go by the scores that they see there. Or a Dreamcast guy as well. I watch some of those videos, but it's just out of morbid curiosity. But I never really take those reviews seriously, right? So yeah, that's... I mean, I guess the most recent example for me would be, if this makes sense to any of you out there that have played it, but Daymare for the PS4, I played that, and I thought it was amazing. Like, that to me, sure, it's not perfect, but that to me was like a fucking 9 out of 10. That to me is what I wish the modern survival horror games were more like. I really enjoyed Daymare. I loved it. But then you get all the outlets out there and they dogged on it, right? They're like, oh, this is a fucking 6 out of 10. This is a 7 out of 10. This is a 6.5 out of 10. Well, what the fuck are you comparing it to? You comparing it to, a modern Resident Evil game? Like, okay, calm down. But see, I'm in the mindset that a lot of the games that are bad have a lot of redeeming qualities and charm to them. And as a matter of fact, a lot of games that are, the old phrase, they're so bad it's good. A lot of the games, you look back now, a lot of the games that were shit on 10, 15 years ago, that were on the PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, a lot of those games, you go back now and they're getting a reappraisal, kind of like the film industry. A lot of older movies that got shit on. Barry Lyndon, Stanley Kubrick comes to mind. That movie got dogged on quite a bit back in the day, and now it's gotten a reappraisal, right? Same goes with a lot of the older games out there that people are only now starting to pay attention and take notice, right? So, yeah, fuck IGN, fuck GameSpot. I always say it, right? And I'm not tooting my own horn, but if you want the honest opinion, like I put out reviews as best as I can, but I'm not gonna, shine a light on my reviews, but you watch a channel out there that's got, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers, 15,000 subscribers, and they spend 20 or 30 minutes talking about a game that might have taken them 6 months to beat, and they weren't, first in line to put up a review, once the embargo is lifted, almost said umbilical cord, then you're going to trust those reviews a lot more than somebody that rushes through a game as fast as possible just so they can get views on a YouTube video. And that's very much like IGN, right? These are channels that are driven by numbers and web traffic, right? So they're gonna do that. And these channels too, if they were giving out games that deserve a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, it wouldn't generate as much web traffic because people would just be, oh yeah, they gave it a perfect score, blah, blah, blah. But when they give something a 6 out of 10, unsuspectedly, people are like, what? It got a 6 out of 10? What? Why would they give it a 6 out of 10? I gotta go watch that. So you see what I mean? It's just a game. It's a game of numbers with these channels. So, yeah. So that's it. I'm going to cut it off there because this video has gotten way too long. And back to work tomorrow for me. So I'm going to try to play a little bit more of something tonight. I don't know what. Not quite sure. I feel like an idiot playing Doom 3 when I have all these other games that I need to play. And here I am playing a game I already beat. But that's what Doom 3 does to me. That's what Doom 3 does to me. Speaking of Doom, I would like to pick up Doom 64 for the Nintendo Switch. It did get a physical release. I would like to get that for sure. For sure. So let me know in the comments below. Should I jump headfirst into LA Noire? What should I play next? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.